What up, YouTube? It is Misery Hates Company. We are back with another Warcraft Rumble video. Now, before we get started, I do want to make sure I thank Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video. And guys, believe it or not, we are taking on the second boss in the Molten core raid within Warcraft Rumble. Now, if you guys want to progress your account as fast as possible in Warcraft Rumble, make sure you subscribe to this channel, guys, because I am bringing you all the best tips and tricks in order to progress your account as fast as possible. If you're the type of person that wants to get in the end game and enjoy all these awesome things, such as the raids, such as the sieges, there is so much awesome content that you can get out of the end game. And in today's video, we are covering Magmadar, and this one is a little bit tricky, so make sure you watch it to the very end. Now let's go and get started. So you can see that I am running Hogger. And Hogger is a very, very good unit in raids because if you use the right talent, he can progressively get stronger and stronger as you progress into the late stages of the game. And you can see that my partner there was using none other than Blood Mage Thanos, which again is fine. It's more circled around cycling your spells and progressing the levels of a certain ability, or a certain mini being your Blood Mage Thanos. Now, I'm playing for the end game with both my Hogger as well as my Drake here, because my Drake, every time I play it, will get additional life. Now, I did that on purpose because I knew that the raids take a little bit longer than normal, and I wanted to make sure, truth be told, that both my Hogger and my Chimera also got additional health to last longer in the end game, because the raids are tough. Straight up, I don't care what anyone else says, the raids are very, very challenging, which is good in my opinion. I very much enjoyed knocking out the first two bosses of the first wing and completing the first wing and getting my resources for that. You can see that I'm playing Hogger early and often, very similar to PvP. When I covered the Hogger deck in PvP, you want to make sure that you're playing your Hogger as early as possible, but as often as possible, to progress the amount of health and speed that he gets, because not only does he get additional speed, he gets additional damage. So the more that you play Hogger, the stronger that he gets going into the late game. Seeing how long this fight is, it is bound to have a very, very strong Hogger as this battle progresses. So you can see here that we do have a treasure chest on our end, and again, I'm playing Hogger whenever he is cycled over and I'm getting the gold with him. I did partake in taking the tower. I go ahead and check on the gold income. You can see that the enemy is getting a little bit of gold income, but so were we. Now keep in mind, just like I said in my other video, whenever your partner or you get gold on the map, both of you get the gold. So it is truly a 2-for-1 special. So the more that you prioritize gold, the better, because it is 2-for-1 value compared to the AI that is utilizing the boss. So not only are they getting more, not only are you shutting down their gold, but you're able to get you and your partner more additional gold. Now you see that we very much have to pay attention to this middle lane. I go ahead and use Blizzard to take out that my far left tower. My partner does have some units on the boss and was able to progress, but when we go up to the boss here in a second, it's actually very difficult to get some consistent damage on the boss. Now I did progress over and get the tower, which is fantastic, and you can see that we're starting to progress down the middle as well and get the gold. You can see my Hogger is running very, very fast, so he is getting built. Now you see these other bloodhounds, they will res each other, so you do want to make sure you kill them around the same time. There's 3 of them, so the boss does a ton of damage itself, but then you also have like these mini bosses around the boss that will revive them if you don't kill them at the same time. So now we're on the boss. We push through phase 1. You can see that he's summoning something. It looks like he summons all of his puppy dogs back to life, but more importantly, he doesn't take over the towers, which is very different than any of the other fights that we did take. Now it looks like one of the other dogs did take over. Maybe there's 4 of them, took over the far right base that my ally had, but I was able to maintain control. So you see those 4 dogs right there, the Molten Core Hounds, and we are able to help our teammate out as well. So we're literally helping both sides. Now this is the benefit. Now I think my units are a little bit stronger than that of my ally, so I make sure to keep a very close eye on not only my tower but his tower as well, and also maintain control of the middle. Now I can see that my Harpies will get double value in that far left lane, because there's no one over there that has ranged ability to take out a flying unit. And then I'm gonna go and drop Blizzard, not only to poke down the boss, I'm hopefully pushing him into phase 2, knowing that my ally doesn't have control over the second tower on the far right, but I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that I push him into phase 2. Boom, there's phase 2. Okay, so you can see based off the ticks at the top that we are in phase 2. I did maintain full control of this space. Now I know that Flame Walker, Flame Elemental does do AoE damage, so I go ahead and drop my eggs on top of them to go ahead and get some additional throughput, additional damage, additional just awesomeness out of them, because he's able to activate all of them, but they very quickly die from these mini bosses. But look at that execute, chat. That execute is insane. It literally halved half of them down to half life. Now I have Hagar going forward. You can see that he is very much powered up. He has a great deal of health, and he's able to AoE down the bosses. I think Hagar is by far probably one of the best options for this fight, even though he can't tackle down the drakes. But what he can do to these puppy dogs, Molten Core Hounds, is just phenomenal. Now you can see that I have a decent bit of like a questing crew here coming in, but nothing that my oh gosh, numbing cloaking device, safe pilot can't take down. Now we do have the middle lane being progressed very, very quickly, and I'm not in a position to help both myself and the mid lane and my ally. Now he did drop the eggs, but obviously that the earth elemental is not going to be attacking the eggs. It does prioritize the turrets. So just like you learned in sort of like the PvE side of the game, you do want to make sure that you keep those things in mind. He wasted a great deal of gold, 3 gold to be exact, in order to drop those eggs and got nothing out of it. Instead, I have to drop additional units to both defend our side, my side, and his side. Now it's fine, this is a team game, very much so, but had I not prioritized gold and prioritized watching defense as much as I had, now you can see we're about to lose the tower, so I get Hagar ready to go for the retake. You can see Hagar's also very, very fast. Now my ally did take that flame elemental, which was probably saved the game, considering how much life that we have, or really lack thereof. We probably would have lost the game. Now we are in overtime. You do get 2 minutes of overtime, and the boss doesn't have a ton of health, so we're able to really get additional pushing going. You can see all 4 of the Molten Core Hounds are there. You can see that Blizzard is on its way up for me, and we did get an execute there. It looks like it's from the boss, so I'm going to go ahead and drop my eggs on top of the boss. Did very, very little with that flame breath, but instead Blizzard does a ton of damage. It looks like my ally also dropped an execute, so the boss is almost dead, and he got his additional eggs in there, and we were able to take down the boss. This is not an easy fight. You do need to prioritize all of the different hounds at the same time and take them down simultaneously. Otherwise, they will just resummon each other, and you do get another 100 honor. Now, if you have made it this far in the video, make sure you like and subscribe, guys, because if you made it this far and you did learn how to beat both bosses, that is 200 honor, which is a free platinum upgrade from gold on any unit of your choice in Warcraft Rumble. Now that is a game-breaking bonus, and you can see once you clear wing 1, you do get the upgrade, and I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. You can't really pick. It's a boosted slot where the base level of a mini, you can see right here, base level is set to level 20, which for me didn't do as much as what it made it seem like. You can see that from 12 to 20 is what it made it seem, but I wanted to make sure that I got the most out of it, so I did go ahead and choose this. You can see you can only pick the bottom right. I was trying to change it myself, and I was unable to do so, but you can see that you can pick that bottom right one, go ahead and upgrade it. I choose not to. I choose to go ahead and say GG's, and we'll progress into the next one myself. But again, guys, eventually I do pick the right choice, which is the boss, the leader rather, that will give me the most value, because again, I don't have Dragon's Breath yet, so I need to beat Onyxia, and I was like, who have I progressed the farthest with? And it's none other than the one that I pick. I even look at the options available for that of I'm spacing on names today. So we do have Rin Blackhand, who I looked at, but ultimately I do take a look and just go ahead and get the additional option on General Drakisath, because General Drakisath will also be really, really good for the final version of this raid. And keep in mind, once you have beaten a boss, your hero, your leader, is locked out to that boss. So I am doubling down on General Drakisath in order to make him super powerful for the final boss of this raid, which is none other than our little homie that becomes the new leader remind you, for the Black Rock Alliance. So I'm really very much looking forward to this. I look forward to being able to progress. I was unable to push into Wing 2 just based off timings for my allies and I and my guild, but I cleared both of the first fights in Wing 1 on my first try. Now, Wing 2 did give us a bit of a hassle. I'm still very much working through the mechanics of it. And keep in mind, the farther you go into the farther wings, the more sort of health and damage you need to be able to output. Because guys, the raid's hard. It's not meant to be a one clear and you just get the new leader. It's really meant to be rewarding for those that have been playing the whole time and have progressed their minis. So again, if you want that to be you and you want to progress your minis in order to get to the late game, make sure you like and subscribe. And once again, thank you so much to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video. I very much enjoy this game and have very much fell in love with it, and I'm looking forward to another video with you guys. So if you want to see more videos, make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, guys, have a good one.